about participation in the United Nations COP28 in Dubai. Over 400 students graduate from Dr. John Garang Memorial University in Bor. MAP drones and sniper guns. Hello, good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in to SSBC. I am Mathiang Joseph. Our news for this afternoon begins with the President Kiir briefing the Council of Ministers about his recent participation in the concluded COP28 United Nations Climate Change Conference in Dubai, where he affirmed the readiness of the country in going for clean energy. And Taban Juma reports.
In a scheduled to be the last cabinet meeting for the year 2023, President Salva Kiir Mayardit briefed the National Council of Ministers about his recent trips to Arusha, Tanzania, where he assumed the chairmanship of the East African Community, United Arab Emirates, where he participated with other world leaders in COP28, and recently to Uganda, where President Kiir confirmed the membership of Somalia to the East African Community, says the National Minister of Information, Michael Makuei-Lueth.
And after the meeting, he was handed over the chair of the East African Community. In his talk to the people, to the conference, he assured them that the government of South Sudan will make sure that they implement the terms and conditions for East African Community, that all outstanding issues will be resolved. The ministers also made a presentation on the visit of His Excellency to on joining the COP28. He had presented a paper and requested the people, the participants, to work hard to ensure that this climate change is addressed.
For Infrastructure Cluster, Taban Dengai, about his recent trip to UAE and how UAE government can invest in the infrastructure sector in South Sudan.
Or business visit, whereby they discuss all the investment opportunities, especially in the area of infrastructure, and also they discuss issues to do with the strengthening of relations, strengthening the areas of cooperation. A committee to be set up to follow up on some of these resolutions of those meetings. So a committee will be set coming up from the United Arab Emirates.
It is to be noted that the Minister of Information has stated that in December next year, the general elections is going. Taban Juma, SSBC.
President Kiir has reiterated commitment to taking the country to elections comes December 2024. He says AU is ready to support the South Sudanese electoral processes. Presidential Affairs Minister Bangasi Joseph Bakasoro says the government is committed to
assess the step reached by the Republic of South Sudan according to the and according to the agreement they have signed in 2018, which shows that you are going to the elections, and how African Union can help them. We have had many the authorities to go ahead because they are working very well, they are working hard, we know, and there are many challenges, again, from here 24, Electoral Commission, Constitution, unification of the army, and so on. So we appeal everybody or to the population who will give exactly the power who merit it.
We have discussed it from the President, and we have assured them of our commitment to complete the implementation of the peace agreement and the road. They have also assured us to be our ambassadors outside to inform the guarantors, informed them about. We hope with their presence among us and after they leave to report to the African Union, South Sudan will be able to be supported, and it is our hope that the Pan Sudan to complete the outstanding issues, and then we have election.
Sudan has a schedule for a consultative meeting of Sudanese leaders for January 2024 in Juba to provide a prospect for the Sudanese leaders to discuss the effect of this war and possibilities of addressing the military confrontation. For a party, Dr. Ali Al-Haj has on Friday recognizes South Sudan's efforts in pushing for an inclusive political solution to the 9 months to resorting to the negotiating table. In a media briefing, the Minister of Presidential Affairs, Bangasi Joseph Bakasoro, has said the Sudanese leaders from various in Juba held next year for peace talks.
وكلنا يكاد يكون يعني على لسان واحد. لابد من أن يكون هنالك دور أساسي لجنوب السودان، أولا لأنه هو ذاته جزء من السودان، وثانيا لأن المشاكل التي نشأت بتحتاج لتوحيد الجهود. وسمنا الدور الذي قام به الرئيس أنه استقبل وفد من قحط هنا، وكذا هذه الخطوات. ونحن في المؤتمر الشعبي ما زلنا متمسكين بأن الحلول المطروحة الحل الإطاري الموجود بين الدعم السريع والقوات المسلحة، هذا الاتفاق أن احنا من ناحية سياسية ملتزمين بهذا الاتفاق. يمكن أن نؤكد أن جمهورية جنوب السودان وعلى رأسها الرئيس سيلفا كير ميارديت قد تكون هي الجهة المؤهلة الآن لتقوم بهذا الدور. ومن هنا وفي نفس الوقت نناشد أيضا دول الجوار مع تشكراتنا لهم جميعا أن نحقق كلنا نجتهد ونركز على ما ممكن أن تقدمه دولة جنوب السودان من حلول عملية دون عنف، ونبدأ بالإجراءات الطبيعية، وهذا ما تم الاتفاق عليه.
They came to give a courtesy call of the conflict in the Republic of Sudan. He came to congratulate the President for his unwavering support to help the people of Sudan. Dr. Ali Al-Haj Mohammed came to appeal to the President to intervene in the conflict of Sudan and the political parties in Sudan to bring them to Juba at any shortest time possible, probably in January. Consultations on peace to Sudan and to the people of Sudan. Therefore, and we welcome all the forces, the political forces in Sudan to come to Juba. And I'm also on.
President Kiir has donated food items and and 160 bulls to special groups in Juba for celebrating centers, calling upon South Sudanese to celebrate Christmas and New Year in peace and harmony.
جنوب من السودان بصفته كرئيس الجنوب بيشارك فرح العيد مع الناس بدءا من المعذورين الناس المعذورين الطرش والمعوقين والجيش مساجين وغيره من المجموعات. عندنا مواد غذائية مثل الدقيق وزيت ورز وما شابه ذلك. ديل كله الليلة حنقوم بالتوزيع بتاعهم لحوالي 100 رئيس كل سنة بمناسبة العيد عيد الميلاد المجيد ورأس سنة جديدة. فأنا عايز أقول لشعب الجنوب وبيقول لكم خليكم في الأمن وتستقبلوا الرئيس بكل هدوء على أساس إنه كلنا نحتفل في سلام. فدي فرصة برضه تور يأكلوا ويصلي لربنا على أساس إنه هذا العيد يجي بكل سلام.
Crossing to board were over 400 Friday in Jonglei State. The senior presidential advisor Kwalma Nyangjuk has called upon the graduating students to education services. For his part, the Vice Chancellor of Dr. John Garang Memorial University of Science and Technology, Professor Abraham Matuch Dal, acknowledges the
on behalf of the Chancellor and President, His Excellency General Salvatore problems. It's a problem solving. The problems and the knowledge you gain will make you qualify you to handle whatever challenges that are there. The graduate of 2022 and 2023 together, the four for 2022 and 2023 is 31 girls, which is 6.5% for 2 academic years, whereas 93.5. Only 31 females out of 470 graduated for the 2 academic years of 2022 and 2023.
Now exploring the country's diplomacy, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Dr. James Pitia Morgan, has explained to all the diplomatic missions in the country
South Sudan on the recent security checks carried out in Juba City. There have been complaints from the diplomatic missions about security personnel checking some foreign diplomats in their apartments and on road. Cops says he received the complaint from his diplomats about being searched on the road in Juba.
On the 18th of this month, when I entered my office, they told me that, we have been searched by military people.
Minister Dr. Pitia Morgan, however, said
It was unfortunate that the ministry was not aware because the Ministry of Foreign Affairs would have done what is supposed to be done. But we believe that you are covered by international conventions, and this immunity given to you.
For our contact for such eventualities.
And we also, in those cards that we give to all diplomats, there is a number provided with a 24/7 emergency number that
The foreign diplomats and assures them that such mistakes will not be repeated.
So we also want to take this opportunity that the apology from the and the security of every individual living within the territory of South Sudan is protected.
The security checks are intended to collect arms of different types. Duku Wilson, SSBC News.
Plans are underway to conducting training for both national and state parliamentarians, peace and reconciliation messages ahead of general elections 2024.
Now the parliamentarians have gone on recess, but they can be called back. Let them go and interact with their peace, because the parliamentarian let them be the peace ambassadors in their areas, planning to the decision-making process. And also, we are planning to have a youth parliament, to initiate youth parliament.
Sorry, we are going for a break. Stay tuned for more information. Welcome back, and thank you for tuning in. I am Mathiang Joseph. South Sudan Revenue Authority introduces one-stop shop at Nimule border to conform with the directives issued by the Minister of Finance and Planning, Dr. Bag Barnaba, last month. SSBC's Emmanuel Patrick reports.
A delegation from the South Sudan Revenue Authority, headed by the Acting Commissioner for Corporate Service, presented the single financial remittance form for non-oil revenue to the institutions collecting revenues due to the government in Nimule-Poda on Thursday. The forms are an implementation of the Minister of Finance and Planning directives for establishing one-stop shop at Nimule-Poda.
The team from NIA have come to present to us the form. The form was produced with some modification. This form was there before, but given the fact that we have additional institution that has come in, the form have been modified, and then those institutions which were not included were now included.
Currently, South Sudan Revenue Authority's Customs Division, South Sudan National Bureau of Standards, Immigration, Livestock and Fisheries, and Department of External Trade are the only 5 government institutions mobilizing non-oil revenue due to the government in Nimule-Poda.
The operational tool that we have brought here is a single financial remittance form, which has been developed and is here. It's very clear that everyone is going to have it at your station. Number 1 here is custom, and it's detailing exactly what type of revenues custom collect. Number 2 is the same customs, that's box number 2. Then you come to the box number 3, is Directorate of External Trade, and then the box number 4 is SSNBS, and then box number 5, road users topic. That where Interpol come in, because there are those cars which are being brought to the country second hand, and you never know that they were stolen from another country and end up in South Sudan. So they have to verify, and there are some charges which are being paid through that. Number six is immigration, and then box number 7 is livestock and fisheries. So those are the boxes that we are having.
The introduction of the one-stop shop is to make sure the government agency increase the collection of non-oil revenue in the country. The delegation also inspected Rock City parking yard, where a group of armed gunmen at 2 a.m. on 21st December hit a fuel truck parked at Rock City parking yard by RPG shell, but there was no fire outburst.
The senior management of the South Sudan Revenue Authority calls on its staff here at Rock City parking yard to continue with their work as usual. However, investigations are ongoing into this incident and final findings will be presented soon. For SSBC News, I'm Emmanuel Patrick, Rock City Parking Yard, Numule, South Sudan.
The mayoress of Juba City, Flora Gabriel, revokes the unilateral decision taken by her deputy Tik Mayadi to shut down UAP Insurance Company over a failure to reinstate 10 South Sudanese nationals whose contract was terminated in October. In a media briefing on Thursday, Mayoress Flora says he is referring the issue to the Ministry of Labor and Industrial Relations for possible application of legal procedures.
The decision is that I have to come in and say the truth because City Council to close it as a mayor of Juba City. And as I told you, we have levels of government. City Council, it has to pass by the legal office. We have an office here where they tackle issues, but I didn't have anything from that like that. And we don't have a mandate, though we are for the City Council. We should not interfere with other levels of the government.
The Joint Security Forces have seized the most expensive communications tools that include GPS map, anti-tanks, anti-crabs, drones, and sniper.
Have successfully retrieved military operation communication tools. These include long-range Motorola devices, sniper telescope, and a wide assortment of ammunition, poisonous weapons confiscated during operations.
One of the security firm لقينا حاجات العسكرية ده كله في مكتبهم دولة من غير صورة شرعية حاجات ده كله دخل illegally ادونا تعليمات نجيبوا حاجات ده كله في المنطقة بتاعتنا. We get another order from above, but from now we are still searching. قبلنا أصل كتار وقبلنا ياوندي الأجهزة وحاجات كتير يعني حاجات.
Tools and weaponry indicate the gravity of the operation as well as the strategic planning for the operation.
نفس الوقت أننا لو نازل شافوا الحاجات دي اللي قبلناهم ديل وفي أي شركات
and well prepared and highly motivated to accomplish their mission and protect South Sudan. Mangar Gabriel, SSBC, Juba.
And the initiative is part of the company's corporate responsibility. The executive director of the organization, Ellen Marsoul, and the digital communication.
Alhamdulillah kila no anita ukulu kabila tabo mawakili ana zato kabila tai mako sawa mawakili ani dunia.
I am Mathiang Joseph and thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for more program coming up.